Just getting your document up. So if that's any better on YouTube. Oh, yep. Still talk.
Test, test, hello, 1, 2.
Yep, coming through, mate.
How's the volume level?
Sounds like
both of us?
Might be, I think ours is alright, but I think might just be a fraction loud on the... I'll just turn it down just a smidgen. I'll just turn it down a little bit.
Can pop it in the channel.
Hey?
Did you pop it in the channel?
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Oh, beautiful. They come up. Excellent. Alright, so we've got 12 seconds. Let me just... So that's done. Hang on. Nearly there. That's done as well. Alrighty. G'day guys, welcome. Here we are again. Jamie, how are you, mate?
Hi Adam, I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
Very, very good, thank you. The algorithm brings us back together again.
It certainly does, never fails.
Green light.
Absolutely.
Go, go, go.
So, here we are tonight, guys. We're at Paul Ricard. This is the AM1 series. Sprint round this one. This is a special race, this particular, the way that this is set up. We've got 15 minutes of qualifying, followed by two 30-minute races. So, qualifying sets the grid for race 1. There's 1 point for pole. Race 2 is a reverse grid. So, in race 1, full points tally of from 40 to 21 points. And race 2 has half point tally of 20 down to 1. So I would expect that given race 2 reverse grid and going from last week, there's certainly going to be some action on track, I would say, for sure, Jamie.
Yep, there was definitely plenty of that in Pro last week, and reverse grid, quicker guys coming through from the back of the field in race 2. You know, it's a recipe to spice things up, so the guys will have to, you know, keep their eyes up, ears open, and ready to react, because it all can happen.
Yeah, it sure can. Not that you saw much of that, mate, except when you were coming through in the second race, but congratulations on your overall race win for the 2 races combined. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, got a bit fortunate, a little bit of luck, but you know, at the end of the day, you got to put yourself in the opportunity, in the areas for opportunity as well. So yeah, it's good to bag a win, and again, more good points for the team.
Yeah, excellent. HSV, g'day mate, how are you? Well done on your race last week as well too, buddy. Just a little bit of feedback, Jamie, if we can get you up a little bit on your mic, please.
Can do, 1 second. How is that, HSV? Better?
Sounds a lot better to me.
I can turn up a bit more if if needed as well.
Yeah, we're just coming through loud and clear for me. We'll just see what HSV or someone else that might be on. Anyway, we'll just, while we're waiting on that, we'll just get back to the action. Yep, afraid to scream. Don't be afraid to scream down the mic, absolutely, HSV. Thank you, mate. I've actually written a note on my desk tonight to try and get a little bit more excited and upbeat. G'day Vic, how are you, buddy? I'm just on board with Adam Kammer, Jamie, who from the practice appeared to be doing some relatively quick times.
He did. He seemed to have a little bit of a buffer in hand against the rest of the guys who were, as expected, quite close. I was on board with him for a little bit as well, and you could just see he was just carrying more speed through turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4. He had more confidence into Sydney as a fast right-hander after the Mistral State, so if he can hook it up, he's a good chance of pole.
Yeah, and just thinking about that, you know, in terms of pole position and even, you know, scoring highly up with some quick times for these guys tonight, where Kammer just locks up the left-hand front wheel. Critical points for the track. I know, number one, track limits. Very easy to break. And that back straight is absolutely one of the key straights for the cars here tonight to get a bit of a tow along and make some daring passes down at Signs on turn 10.
Absolutely, and the tow is a factor here, so not only could you take benefit of it in qualifying for a tenth or two, but during the race, it's going to be key that you can pick that up to make the pass into turn 10. But it's tricky because the corner is so fast, and you got to have a car that's you got to feel the confidence through that corner, and but I'm sure we'll see plenty of action there.
I hope so. I think that we've got a fairly good field tonight by the looks of it. We'll just have a look at the numbers just quickly. 16. We've also got, I've just noticed, Slugger Loney, who is, I'll just jump on with him for a second. I'm not sure if his kids, I'm not sure if they'll be watching this stream, but they can certainly watch the replay. But driving for GRT, and Burrow Dog told me the other week that Slugger's new to the racing scene, and so far loves it. And his kids, who are younger, I can't remember their names exactly, their ages and names, but they're absolutely, you know, pumped to see their old man on the YouTube channel. So to the Slugger Lonely kids, g'day boys and girls, if there is a girl, but hope you enjoy your dad's race tonight, and I'm sure that he'll do a very good job. Looks like he's got a bit of lag going on there too with his vehicle. So
that's a temporary thing, and you can get that sorted out, because it's obviously very distracting for the drivers, you know, to have a car pinging around the circuit.
Hang on. Thanks HSV again, mate. Just muted the voice chat. Brodog's on there, that's good. Thank you HSV. Thanks Tomo as well for your tech support there as well. Really appreciate that. Alright, well, it sounds like we might be in for a good night tonight, mate. I reckon it's you're a little bit more comfortable than what you were last week. I believe you've got some cracked ribs.
Yep, not a nice injury to have, but I'm here and sat nice and comfortable, and hopefully we can watch this and it's enjoyable and I can forget about it for a couple of hours. Just don't make me laugh too much.
Yeah, sorry, apologies. You got the slippers on?
Yeah, mate, I'm nice and comfortable.
Very good. T&Q. So what were we calling him? Tabasco, wasn't it?
I believe that's how he likes it to be referred to. I'll have to be honest, I don't know how you get Tabasco out of TNQ, but let's roll with it.
Well, I can do that for sure. So he's popped up there in position 1 so far with a 155.7. So that's a very respectable time. I know that in the pro race last week, what was Vic Chan? Well, Vic Chan's on, so maybe Vic might be able to put the time that he got for quali last week in the chat. But I'm not sure. Did he pick the 53s, mate, and yourself, or was it low 54s?
53s, yeah. Vic managed to pip it. I didn't quite manage to hook it up in the qualifying there, but Vic did, which was nice. A very fast time that one, and yeah, I'd say 55s, mid, maybe even a low 55 if someone can hook it up here will be a pretty good result in AM.
Yeah, it sure will. And I believe the Lambo is suited to this track as well. So Tabasco's in the hot seat of a Lamborghini this season. So the fact that this car likes this track, then yeah, he's in for a good ride. So. And flying the flag for GRT as well, so that's a good sign. Those guys, Team GRT, where are they currently on the team standing at the moment?
So a live team standing update looks as follows, and I believe this is live, so including pro results from last week. So we've got BHR 596. GRT 594, so 2 points behind. And then we've got Pagny Next Level on 577, which is a further 19 back. ICR on 570, which is 26 back from BHR, and SAR on 541. So 55 points spreads all of the teams, but it's very close.
Yeah, it's definitely tight at the top. And certainly, we say this every week, but just with regards to, if you're having a great race, then well done. But if you're having a shocker, then keep going and try and collect as many points for your team as you possibly can, because every point counts, and it's really important that we make sure that every single one of them that you get counts for each team, not just BHR, who are currently at the top. No bias there, but vitally important that you just keep driving and enjoying yourself as well. Just looking at the timetable here, mate, we've got Black Falcon is just pulling into the pits. We've got 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so maybe, not sure if he's just going to try and chuck it looks like he's going to chuck a set of new tyres on and go and have another couple of laps, but P3 at this stage, convincingly, and just had a ripping victory last week as well, did Black Falcon. An absolutely stellar drive from him last week at Hungaroring. It was Hungaroring, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's brilliant in the wet as Adam Kammer just pips his teammate Tabasco on provisional pole with a 55.6, so it's going to be close between these two, and see if anyone else can pop their bumper bar in amongst it. A quick word on Tabasco. He was obviously our round 1 winner, but didn't race in Hungary. Couldn't make it for that particular round, but he's come back and immediately on the pace. So Captain Burrow will be pretty pleased to see the red and black machines up front. But Black Falcon, fantastic win in Hungary. He kept it straight. Didn't make too many mistakes. Was calm and confident in the wet. In the Nissan, so it was a fantastic result and fully earned the victory. But Adam Kammer, who is currently on provisional pole here, was obviously very quick around there. He took pole and probably could have won, but just a few too many little errors crept in there, and wasn't able to hang on to first place, but did manage to pick up a podium regardless. The other notable to highlight there was CKJ getting his first podium of his ACC of all of his ACC races, so congratulations to him. We'll talk a bit more about him later. And also wanted to congratulate Team Little Bear, who we highlighted as driver of the day.
Hang on, sorry mate, can you just repeat that last statement just a little bit louder and with a little bit more excitement in your voice, I reckon, without hurting your ribs, of course. Who was that?
Team Little Bear, driver of the day for Hungary.
Team Little Bear, mate. I was so rapt when I saw that pop up, and you know, for him, I've had him in the chats before with some of the fun races that we do, and he's such a conservative person that just loves being out there. Doesn't even care that he comes last, but just, you know, enjoys his racing so much. But to get that Driver of the Day award is absolutely fantastic for him. So yeah, super pumped. Well done, mate. Congratulations. And just, yeah, tip it in there today and just see what you can do. You're in the Bentley, so I won't say that you're going to have a breeze of a run, because it's bloody hard work in the Bentley, mate, but good luck anyway. So we've got 1 minute to go. We've got Tabasco's coming down the main straight now. This will be his last attempt to try and pip Adam Kammer from the P1 position. Kaki in the AMG, so the cars that are at the top of the list now are typically the ones that were up there last week as well. Although CK's actually in the Bentley and dropped a pretty good time in there too, mate. So that's a really good effort. Black Falcon's just pushed back down to fourth. He's in the pits. He's done for the quali, so that is him now. CK in 5. White Shadow in the McLaren's parked up. Same as Stanhouse. Scotty Pye just going around for his last lap now in the Ferrari for Serbi Acoustic Racing. He had a good qualifying and race last week at Hungaroring, and same had a couple of mistakes, so he did okay, but
he's just invalidated his lap. So
he has.
That's him done.
I'm just on board with Tabasco. We're just gonna see if he. Oh, he's right on the money with his time. He's coming around turn 10 there. He's just kept it inside the track limits. This is going to be close. What, 2/10? He's just dropped it off a bit. I think he's used his apex. Coming into that fast left-hand turn 12. This is a tricky one because it's a later apex as well to get that nice drive out. So I don't think he's going to make up 3/10 here, but he's certainly given it a crack. Nah, he's not going to do that one. Who else we got? Scotty Pye, Ev Dazar.
This is coming through the last sector now, so yeah, down through turn 13.
I've just jumped off him. I didn't want to get stuck on him.
Yep.
For the start of the race. Well, unless Dazza does anything. Where is he? He's just coming onto the front straight now. We'll just see if he can at least improve his time to move up from position 12 where he currently sits. No. So that's it. Well, we've got 17 in the field tonight. Fresh Prince has just come in late, so in the Porsche. Hopefully he can be starting rear field, but he might be able to cycle around and see how he goes. I can't remember how the Porsche goes here actually down that back straight. I think it might lack a little bit of top end speed, but Adam Kammer in P1 with a respectable time of 1:55.6. Tabasco 800ths behind him. Khaki, 3/10, Black Falcon in P4, CK P5, White Shadow in P6, Stanhouse 7, Scotty Pie 8, Tuddy in for BHR in position 9, Paul Ince P10, Bits of Missing in the Audi P11, Dazza P12, Sumic Squid P13, Max Gassett in the Audi as well P14, Team Little Bear, driver of the day from last round P15, Slugger Loney in 16 and Fresh Prince in 17. So this is going to be very interesting, mate.
Should be good. As we said, the GRT boys up front. White Shadow, that was a really good time from him in 6th position, so just the second off, but we've spoken before how he doesn't quite always get the chance to practice as much as some of the other guys, so can sometimes be a bit short on practice, but still puts in and delivers some great performances. He did so in Hungary, gained a number of positions up last round, so that's a great qualifying. See if he can go forward from here.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. That's a really good effort. I'm always envious of somebody that doesn't have the time to practice, but they can still jump in and drop down a really good lap time through qualifying and be in the mix. So that's good. Riggsy's just dropped a comment. Good luck, everyone. Let's go GRT. And congratulations to Driver of the Day award, Big Ted. Yeah, it's that's a great effort. Well, we've got a minute 30 to go. I promised that I won't break out into a song ad, Jamie, like I did last Thursday night. It probably didn't go quite as well as I expected. I was quickly looking lyrics up to try and drop in a country voice, but it just didn't sound that great. Poor old Devon, Scotty Pye, was a bit shocked at my attempt to make an ad, so it's quite funny.
Let's see what they say in the chat. You might have to give the fans what they want.
Oh, mate, might have to. I will only do it if there's... I've got 2 likes so far. If I can get up to 10, then I'll definitely be steering towards that. And yeah, guys, just make sure to help promote the racing for Racing Oz.
30 seconds.
Push the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, but certainly jump on board with the team, and yeah, we'll keep the racing going.
20 seconds.
What I might quickly... Sorry.
No,
what I might quickly do is, so we recapped quickly the Teams Championship just before.
10 seconds.
So I just wanted to highlight that for the AM server, so Adam Kammer currently leads the championship after 2 rounds, 37 points, with Scotty P 4 points behind for SAR. Sumic Squid and Black Falcon 3rd and 4th for BHR, so they're doing well. And CKJ is in 5th with 28 points. So that's how it's looking so far for this particular division. Make sure everyone go and check out Bounty's site, the podium.racing. Check out all the types of divisions.
Yeah, I just had a look at that podium just before I got on tonight to do this, mate. And even from last week, he must just be continuing to develop that website. So that's a really good thing that he's doing, and he's doing it for all the competitions across the Race on Oz leagues. So well done to Bounty. But just if you do jump in there, guys, there is a link in there to shout Shuey. It's for a small donation that goes towards the development of the website. And all Bounty wants really is just to cover his costs of setting it up initially. He's not doing it to make money from it at this stage, but it's any few dollars that we can chip in towards that will certainly help continue the development and the maintenance and management of that website. which is really important. So I know for myself it's certainly easy to cycle through. It's a very easy on the eye website, and some really good information that's starting to come into it as well. So well done to Bounty and the Podium website. I'm thinking that might jump on with Khaki for the start of this race as they cycle around for the formation. Jamie, I just want to go a couple of cars deep and just see what happens.
Yep, I've got Khaki as well. I'm on helicopter view, so I'll see how much of the start we can see from here. And hopefully the guys have their eyes open and feet ready to hit the brake pedal.
Alright, we'll just coming up onto the main straight now. Oh, someone's just, I reckon there's a server unless someone's disconnected. I don't know who that was. I think did you see that car fly off?
I think it might have been Tuddy, but we're still going by the looks of it.
Is he?
Green light.
Okay, good.
Show them what you got.
Oh, sorry, we are, not him. But we're away, so let's
We're
roll
off.
with it.
Alright, as they make their way down to turn 1, this is an off-camber corner, this one, so very easy to break track limits here as they go through there relatively cleanly by the looks of it. Well, they're bunching up a little bit at the back. There's 3 cars wide. It's getting very close at the moment. They're all bit of a touch there, but yep, there it is. It's all happening over again, mate. It's just we spoke about. I think that is CK. Whilst I'm waiting for the timing to reset itself, 533.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, he's unfortunately got caught up there and after a strong quali. Who else has come off there? So Team Little Bears just on the back of Swagger. So maybe it wasn't too bad. A couple of little scrapes and CK obviously going around, but I think for the most part, not too bad.
Fresh Prince in the Porsche is up to position 12. He's just taken his teammate.
And
Who's that gone around?
That's Daz around at the senior corner.
Fubble again. I'm just wondering if if Dazza might have had some damage. Yeah, you able to save the replay on that one there, Jamie?
I just did, yes.
Yep.
Thank you. It's lucky it wasn't working there for a moment.
Mine's not doing it. Alright, we've got Adam Camera at the front. We've got Tabasco hot on his rear end here. He's actually looking to sneak it up the inside as they come into turn 1. He's just poked his nose out, just to drop back in behind. So he's done a smart thing from a team perspective. There's still a little way to go with this race. So 30 minutes is not a long time, but you certainly don't want to bin it or bin your teammate within the first couple of laps.
And they've got to consider they got Khaki and Falcon right behind them, so, you know, playing the team game here, but they want to ensure they both stay ahead of both of these drivers.
Stanhouse has gone wide. Scotty Pice has come up on the inside of him. So this is a bit of a train of cars here, isn't it, these top 4 at the moment? I'm just on helicopter view. I'll just see if we can see any difference between top end speed with these. We've got 4 different makes of car here.
TMQ's really coming through on Adam.
He's having to think about it.
Straight. Oh, has he backed out? I think he's backed out. He
has.
Out very early, yes. So not taking the risk in a very high risk corner. It's probably a smart move.
Even Black Falcon on Khaki was catching him in the AMG. So Black Falcon driving the Nissan GTR has certainly got found some performance with that car, and it's...
Well, Itzy and Max have come together just after senior as well, so I didn't quite get the start of it, but it's going to allow... Who's it going to allow? Sonic Squid and Freshy's in there as well.
Yeah, Fresh Prince.
For a big dive.
Oh, he's dumped it in there. Fresh Prince is just keeping his nose clean right now. But this is a really good effort. Coming late into the race, starting rear of field, currently in 11th position, so that's a really good effort from him. And you can see the advantage of the Porsche coming into that tight corner there under brakes. It just smashes in nice and hard, catches up on Max Gaston in the Audi. So we've got these 4 cars at the front, mate. I'm nervous. Adam's got a little bit wide. I just wonder if any of these guys have got some track warnings already.
Yeah, as we spoke about at the start of the stream there, it's a big problem here, and you don't want to be picking one up early and then having to stress about it for the rest of the race, particularly if you're trying to defend from cars that are closing in. You can even pick up track limit warnings on formation lap in this game. Very easy to do around here, I think, a couple of times in practice races. So, yeah, 3 warnings doesn't seem like a lot around here because it's so easy to just get both wheels slightly over the white line.
Well, it's just, Scotty Pye's gone around. He's lost it on the fast right-hander there, turn 10. I just jumped on board with Black Falcon.
Change of the lead to Tabasco through on Adam.
Okay.
Sorry.
I missed out on that. I was on board with Black Falcon there for a moment, so we'll just... Yeah, so just that's that move that he just pulled down. He's obviously pulled a little bit of gap between himself and Adam coming out. So Adam's going to come under fire from Kaki in the AMG. But he's certainly sending it, that's for sure. Who have we got on the... Don't know about Jamie, but my Merc was a boat. That was HSV's comment. Well, we know what Jamie's got to make.
Falcon's come through on Kaki here.
He has.
Breaking into turn 3. Yes, he's
good
made the move.
Yeah, he's going to put pressure on. It'll be interesting to see how if he can stay behind Adam and get a nice tow. Let's have a look. Tabasco's just pulled away. So as we said earlier in the stream, that the Lamborghini is the preferred car here. Car of choice for Paul Ricard. And Falcon is pulling up to him.
Ooh. Here we go, down to Senior.
I reckon he's backed out. I was surprised at some of the top end speeds of, like even the Ferrari. I watched the replay from the Pro League. It was like 283, 284 kilometres an hour, which was just crazy. I think in the Bentley I was lucky to get 277.
Yeah, I couldn't live with that in the Merc either.
Yeah. Thought Black Falcon was going to take Adam Cameron on the outside then. I think Kaki will just be sitting back just as a calculated moment right now, just to watch what these two guys do. He's not dropping off. He'll let these two guys fight it out as they come down the last corner onto the front straight. Black Falcon's right up Adam Cameron's exhaust pipe. He's pulled out. He's going to drop in on the inside, so he's certainly got race position here. If he can just hold it, I think he will. Yeah, beautiful move.
He's a bit sideways, and it's opened up for Kaki as well, coming around the outside there. There's contact.
There's contact, I saw that. Pushed him wide. Adam's just trying to chuck it up this side again.
And off it goes.
Was that on his own?
Yeah. No, so they came together mid-corner there.
Okay, side by side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it probably was a little bit late on the brakes, but we'll have to see the replay of that.
Yeah.
Falcons carried on, so I think that would say what his view of the accident was. And Kaki's going to follow him in here, and now they're going to try and chase down Tabasco.
So the field is starting to open up a little bit, as we probably expected with Paul Ricard. We've got CK in the Bentley right down the very back. He'll be looking to capitalise on anyone else making mistakes. And Tuddy doesn't seem to be registering any time, so I'm not sure what's happening there with oh, there we go, with just cycle through now. That's good. Slugger in the Audi for JRT coming down that back straight, turn 10. Daz has put a little bit of pressure on French Princess to drop back down to position 12.
So, hang on, Adam's down in 10th. So something's happened there. Missed that.
He's got damage on the front of his car too.
That's right. Sorry, he came together with Falcon. I didn't realise he'd lost that many positions.
Yep. He's just dropped it up the inside of Squid. That's allowed Scotty Pye to come down the inside of Squid as well, onto the front straight. So Scotty Pye did have that spin earlier, turn 10. It doesn't appear to have any damage on his car. He's coming up behind Adam Kammer. So remembering that this is for the finishing positions in this first race is full points. So every point counts to go towards your combined points for the half points in race 2, reverse grid. So far we've seen a lot of action in this race. Make sure you're hanging in there for race 2, reverse grid. We've got 3 likes on the video so far on the stream, so that's good. I did say if we got up to 10 likes, I'd bring in the singing advert mid between the 2 races. So if we can achieve that, that would be fantastic. Scotty Pye's just gone up the inside of Adam Kammer. I reckon even the Bentley's coming up the side camera as well, mate. I think he might be struggling with some damage.
Now Blues managed to pull back a little bit onto the back of Scotty. Now they're side by side coming in. No, he's just pulled out of it as well.
G'day Cameron Footner. How are you, mate? Congratulations on your finishing position last week as well. Great drive by yourself. So Burradog's just put a comment in there, footy, so I'm not sure if he's referring to Adam Kammer being a football and being kicked around the park. I'm not quite sure, but
so Tabasco skipped out with a 6-second lead, and Falcon and Kaki are still battling it out, but interestingly Stanhouse and White Shadow have started to join that party. So we have another 4-car group here close to the front.
I've just noticed that top 7 cars, mate, 7 different manufacturers.
There you go.
Not a bad effort.
Top 8 really. Yeah, only Max's. Oh no, sorry, Bits is in the Audi.
Yeah.
Jeez, my eyes are struggling today.
That's okay. I don't have my glasses on either, so I had to close one eye and count.
Sakaki's got a run. Who's that pulling off to the side there? That's Finkerbert being left, I think.
Yeah, Kaki's got a nice line through there. I feel like his top end speed will probably be letting him down, and HSV just made a comment earlier saying that he topped out at 276, so that's a big drop off compared to the Ferrari and the Lambo and even the Nissan. Yes, Baradog, Team Q is absolutely doing you and your team very proud, mate. So, lucky part is he gets to start rear field in race 2.
Kaki's got out of that last corner quite nicely. Falcon went a little bit wide, but does have a bit more momentum.
He's going to drop it down the inside.
It'll have to be a deep one from here.
He's got it.
Yeah. Falcon gives plenty of room.
I'll be interested to see how the speed difference between these two guys now down the back straight on the approach to turn 10. And I reckon Black Falcon will certainly be aware of that. So he's just taking a nice deep line, cutting the apex just nicely. He's got a nice line on the inside, letting it drift out. Just probably a couple of car lengths behind Kaki at the moment. This would be the telltale sign of the differences between the two cars. So the AMG, so Kaki's weaving all over the place. He doesn't want Falcon to get a tow. And
we're closing really quickly, but probably not quite enough to get there.
We're at the halfway mark.
White Shadow's up in the 5th place, mate.
He's hanging on to the back of this little battle pack here.
Well, we've got the, as Devon would say, we've got the cork in the bottle at the moment with Kaki, and White Shadow's just dropped up on the inside. Right. No. Oh, he's just filling the mirrors of the Stanhouse at the moment, just with his GRT McLaren. And all the while the two guys here are fighting, Stanhouse and White Shadow, it's allowing Kaki and Black Falcon to just pull a little bit of a gap. So we've got 40 minutes to go, so we're halfway through the race. Between Stanhouse and White Shadow, they should probably work together. I know they're from different teams, but just try and catch back up to these two guys again that are just in front of them. Tabasco is nearly 8 seconds ahead of Kaki, so that is a really good effort so far from him. He's got no pressure.
So he's currently doing laps in the low to mid 156s, so
yep,
solid pace. And if we have a look at Kaki's in the 57s, obviously locked in a battle, but yeah, that's where the difference is.
G'day Slambo, mate. I like me, I didn't think I'd see you here again at Paul Ricard. I thought that there might have been too many bad memories from last week, mate. I was a bit hesitant to come back tonight as well, but we're here and the racing's good so far. So thank you for jumping on and enjoy the ride so far. Just for the viewers out there as well, and for the people that haven't necessarily driven around this track. So this track here was a little bit of history of the circuit. So it opened up in 1970. It was built and owned by Pastis, drink magnate Paul Ricard. I don't know if I said that right, Jamie. Is that Pastis? Is that correct?
That's what I think it is, yes.
Well, I'll go with that. It's one of the first modern circuits with excellent safety features, so that's always a win. Just as we've got Shadow, I'll just step away from this for a sec. Shadow's coming right up behind. He's just gone very deep in the brakes there. He must have missed his brake marker. He's got 12 minutes to catch up anyway. But so hosted many top line racing series, including F1. Until bought by Bernie Ecclestone. I didn't even know that in 1999, who developed it into a high-speed, high-tech test track. Technology first circuit with Tech Pro barriers. Wasn't aware of that, but that's very, very good. Innovative sprinkler system to cool the audience down and all the fans. And it's got the high grip asphalt runoff with the white, blue, red stripes. I know when I first started driving at this track as well, Jamie, I'm not sure if it was the same for yourself, but when you're not used to the track, your eyes are definitely, you're looking at all the different lines and colours, and it can be a little bit off-putting. Did you find that?
Yeah, certainly did, and that's the comments that real-world racing drivers give as well when they first arrive at Ricard and jump in their car, and it takes a few laps to get yourself in tune with kind of like the directional aspects of the circuit. It's pretty unique.
It's so what have we got? A 5.7 kilometre long track, 15 turns. It's certainly very unique with its layout and appearance. It is a fast track, and it's one of those tracks that you can cycle around and drive, but I can tell you first-hand experience that you've got to drive this track 100% correct in terms of lines, late apexes, correct braking points. It's the difference between being fast and not fast if you miss a braking point. Especially with some of those off-camber corners, it's a case of just a little bit of a lift on the accelerator just to let the nose grip up a little bit and then power back out of that and through that corner. It's just not something that you do straight up off the bat. You've got to do a few laps around here to get used to that and build that habit into yourself to be able to do some good laps. So I'm still on board with White Shadow, mate. He's harassing the absolute bejeebers out of Stanhouse in the Ferrari.
Ferrari obviously has quite good top end speed, and Stanhouse is getting some benefit of the tow from Falcon, so it's making it difficult for Shadow to take advantage of a run on the Mistral straight here.
Kaki's pulled a 1 point. He's just dropped back a little bit. 1.1 gap on Falcon. Stanhouse has just had a lock up, so that's allowed the door to open for Black Shadow. Oh, White Shadow's just coming through, sorry. That's what I meant to say. There's just that little bump there. If you drift out a little bit too wide, the track actually drags you around. Drags you around and out wide into the pebbles, so it can be very, very difficult to bring the car back. But White Shadow just had a little bit of a sniff there. So we'll just continue to put pressure on Stanhouse and just hoping that he makes another mistake that he can capitalise on as they come down the front straight with 8 minutes and 14 seconds to go.
So Bits Missing has kind of been hanging a couple of seconds off this pack, and I'm sure we'll be hoping that the battle between Stanhouse and Shadow continues, because he's starting to inch up a couple of tenths here and there, so we've still got time. He wants to join in on that little party.
Yeah, well, it certainly looks like the McLaren's probably a little bit better under brakes coming into the corners at the moment than the Ferrari, but I would say that the Ferrari's definitely got the legs and the top end speed. Certainly got the drive out of the corners, which I can see. Stanhouse is pulling a little bit of a gap on him.
So Incy's doing well in the Jag, up there in 7th place, being likely to keep now. I think he had a spin, got caught up in an incident on the first lap, but has otherwise kept it running pretty smoothly, so another good performance in the Jag.
Just going to check the top end speed of this Jaguar down the back straight, mate, before he drops it back down to 5th here and tips it in to turn 10 at Signs. 277. I thought it might have been a little bit more, just given the past history with Massano with that way of driving. Jeez, it sounds good though. Oh, he's just on the limiter a little bit. I'll just do a lap around Paul Ricard, guys. I'm just on board with White Shadow in the McLaren, so I won't talk. We'll just do a lap, turn the volume up, listen to the sound of this thing as it roars down the front straight, and let your ears enjoy this right now. Well, there we go. That's a lap around Paul Ricard with White Shadow in car 313, driving for GRT. It was a clean lap too, mate. It was very good on the steering inputs. So, great effort from him so far.
So while that was happening, we had Scotty P take Incy on that last lap. So he's worked his way up to 7th, Scotty, at the moment, but he's 14 seconds behind really this 3rd to 6th battle. So
that's a good fight back by Scotty P as well. Adam Cammer's up in the P9, so he probably wanting to take Incy as well, just to try and gain some extra points. That right now his championship lead and points is being hurt, and he's just locked up the brakes as he's been unsettled coming into that left-hander. We've got Squid in the Bentley, P10, Dazza in the Bentley, which is P11's a good effort considering that he had that incident lap 1, a couple of corners down, and was basically rear-filled again. Fresh Prince has gone wide. That looked like... Nope, that's Max has just taken Fresh Prince. Slugger, it's got a little bit of damage. Yeah, he's definitely got internet issues, I would say, looking at this. His car's all over the place, so that would certainly be distracting for anyone else that was around him, but as long as he's enjoying himself, that's all that matters. And CK down in position 15 with Tutty in 16. And you called it, Jamie, driver of the day, Team Little Bear, in 17th.
So these are guys that will be looking good for the front couple of rows on race 2.
They sure will. Stanhouse is right up behind Black Falcon now. I can't remember, mate, did the track temperature drop off through the race, or did it stay consistent?
It did slightly, so a couple of degrees in race 1 and then a further couple of degrees in race 2, so nothing too bad. Falcon was a little bit wide coming through turn 6 there, which has compromised his run to 7, and now Stanhouse has got a great toe heading up the Mistral Straight.
So this is a full-on drag race at the moment between Nissan GTR and a yellow P&L Ferrari. Side by side, he's just pulled it out front. Wow, what a move. That is for a podium position at this stage. So we've got a minute to go. This will be the last lap coming up. The Tabasco it's just coming around the last couple of corners before he drives onto the front straight, and it will be the last lap. Jamie, just a quick one while I remember, with the finishing positions for race 1, do you have the functionality to put something on Discord in terms of finishing positions in reverse grid?
Yeah, I'll just type it up.
Sorry mate, that was without notice, I apologise about that.
That's alright. We'll work it out.
So we just need to drop that on the AM1 section in Discord.
Yep. So Falcon's still there, so he's not going to let him get away with it.
Oh, Jamie Cameron can do it if you can't. So.
Oh, jeez, oh, Brian's been restarted a few times.
Oh, I just saw that. Well,
yeah, interesting.
We had that as well last week. Well, how many times did we restart? Three or four times?
3 times, yeah, between race 1 and 2. So.
I know poor old Slambo, who's over in New Zealand, is a couple of hours in front of us. I think it was after midnight by the time we got going. Ah, 4 it was. Cameron's just indicated 4 restarts. That was a bit distracting, but anyway, we come back to Black Falcon. So Stanhouse has been able to hold him off in the P&L Ferrari. Let's just jump on board with Tabasco. We'll give him the chocolates as he comes around. So this is an excellent drive by him. Not a mark on the car. Looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor. Probably gone a little bit wide there. He's driving close to the pit barrier. There's all his pit crew out on the fence waving to him, so that's a really good effort. Kaki in the AMG for ICR, position 2. Great effort by Kaki and Stanhouse, and that must have... Whoa! Black Falcon just pipped him on the line, you can see it. He's wiggling the car around. What an effort. Stanhouse must have had a little bit of a mistake there just to allow Black Falcon to come through and get P3 on the podium. So he won't be happy with that. But bits are missing in P5. White Shadow, great effort from him. Again, as Jamie indicated at the start, somebody that doesn't necessarily get a lot of time to practice. Scotty Pye parked it up there in P7. Adam Kammer, P8. Cermic Squid, P9. And Paul Ince in the Jaguar in position 10. And then we've got Dazza, Max Gazette, Fresh Prince as they come across the line. Slugger up in a P13, so well done to him. Actually, this will be interesting from Slugger, that if he's going to be starting towards the front of the field for race 2 and his car's looking like this on track, I can't imagine what it's doing for the guys that will be behind him. So I'm hoping that maybe we might get a message to him, Burrow, if we can, just to let him know that if that's the case, that his car is net coating all over the track. So that could be very, very distracting. CK in P15, Tuddy in 16 as he comes around, and Team Little Bear, who's already parked up in the pits, in P17. But wow, can you believe Black Falcon, mates, just pipped Stanhouse on the line there?
Yep, superb finish that.
Alrighty. Well, just we've got a little bit of time between now and the next race, but if you guys, this is your opportunity to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, go and grab yourself a beer and get ready for race 2, because this is going to be a reverse grid starting race as they're finished in race 1. So that means the guys that were quick are going to be at the back, and they will be fighting their way through to get as many points as they possibly can for race 2 for combined points for an overall win. So yeah, we'll just give us a couple of minutes and we'll be back to stream this as well. Not going anywhere, so hang in there, guys. But need a toilet stop, which I do. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. I won't be long, Jamie. One sec.
Righto.
Oh, I'm back.
Righto.
Sorry about that.
To go.
That's it. Sorry about that. Yep, I'm good. Rightio. Do we have a list for starting position for race 2?
We do. So I just popped it in the Discord, but we will read it out for everyone listening. So we're going to have Little Bear on pole with Tuddy next to him on the first row. Then we got CKJ, Slugger,
30 seconds.
Freshie, Max, Daz. Then Incy, Squid, Adam Kammer, Scotty P, White Shadow,
20 seconds.
Bittermissen, Stanhouse, Falcon, and Khaki and Tabasco on the last row of the grid.
10 seconds.
Alrighty, we'll just see how they go for race 2 here, just to juggle themselves around and fall into position. I'm going to drop on Team Little Bear, I reckon, mate, because there's going to be some action at the front.
While these guys sort themselves out in the formation lap, so one thing we've been trying to do is pick out a driver each round and do a little bit of a profile on them, a bit of a highlight. And thought we'd reach out to CKJ this week. He kindly got back with a couple of points about himself, so that he's happy to share. So definitely off the back of a fantastic performance in Hungary last week, or last round out. So it's great to be able to feature him in the broadcast tonight. So CK, his name's Chris, and he lives in Brisbane. He's got hobbies such as watching motorsport, which is what most of us do, I suppose, particularly the F1 and V8s, and loves to play a bit of golf. Doesn't play very often, but loves it and enjoys the social aspect of it. He's also got some kids who play sport, and he's a bit of a taxi for them. So good on you, Chris, for getting them around town and getting them active. Asked him a bit about his sim racing story as well. So he actually joined Rooz in April 2020, which was a Project Cars 2 Season 11, which coincidentally was my first season with Rooz. So he did a couple of Project Cars 2 seasons and won a Division 5 in Season 12. So he can get him moving when he's on form. And he didn't really race for a couple of seasons there, but he's moved over to ACC, which he's been doing for a few seasons. And got a bit of a prod from JJ to come over to this platform, as many of us did, and it's going great guns. So
and still are.
Yeah. So he is actually best mates with Daz, who is on the grid here. So it now makes sense why they're both in the same team, both driving the same car. He gets around on some Fanatec gear and Next Level Racing Wheel stand, clearly very popular, as well as a garden chair, so good on you, mate. You just make do with what you have. I was on the sofa for a long time, so yeah, it doesn't matter as long as you take enjoyment out of it. And so he chose the Bentley this season as well, because he found it a bit less twitchy than the Ferrari. So he seems to be handling it quite well, as we've seen. Hopefully he can get a good result here. And asked him his favourite track as well, so he's another Bathurst fan. So
Fantastic.
Good on you, Chris. Thanks for sending that profile through to us.
Yeah, thanks, AK. Good luck for the second race as well, mate. And get your kids on board to watch the stream replay and give you a bit of a cheer on. So good work. All right, we've just got to wait for the start to initiate. Here we go. It's off. Here we go. This is it. Couple of boys at the back there. I can just on helicopter view. 3 cars wide. I'm covering. Oh my God! How did that not happen? Fresh Prince on Tuddy.
Oh, someone's got around. It's
already.
I think it was a Bentley, and I see our Bentley. I'm not sure who.
Where's a T and Q's up there? Bits of missing. Oh, who's that? Bits of missing's gone wide in the Audi.
Yeah, there is a Ferrari Stanhouse as well. Oh, after a good performance in the last race.
Oh, I can't keep up. The timing list is just smashing through like a bloody poker machine, and I cannot. All right, let's just get a little bit of a reset. So T&Q Tabasco is already up into position 10, so he's capitalised on some of the guys that have made mistakes up there before him. But
so who have we got? So Falcon's got a run on. Sorry, CK's got a run on Falcon here, coming up into signs. There's a few.
He's backed out of it. Thanks, Baradog. That's Sligo was big net code there. Thank you, mate. Hopefully you can get that sorted.
Some action there between the ICR guys, Bitzer, Karki and CK were in there with Falcon.
So we've got three ICR cars there together.
Also coming in, so there's change of lead possibly. Tuddy's got a run on Little Bear. Little Bear's coming back
tight
at
at the top. Look at this. Coming down the main straight. Even Fresh Prince in the Porsche is going to drop it up the inside of Tuddy by the looks of it. Under brakes, this Porsche will just gobble him up, I reckon. Yep. Mate, that's his lap 2 or 3? This is the start of the third lap, yeah?
This first lap.
Second lap now.
Fresh is gone to take the lead.
He has. I was going to say, Team Little Bear's held that quite well. Scotty Pye's gone wide. Oh, yes. Adam Cammer's just made contact with the back of Scotty Pye's Ferrari. So Adam Cammer will not want to have any damage. in this race. He needs to make sure that he's got a good car. As Team Little Bear is looking to make a pass on Fresh Prince. Probably the two slowest cars in the field, with Max has just come up inside of Tuddy. He's probably going to take both of these guys in the Audi. He's
just
looking.
Behind that, Adam's got a run on Scotty P. Oh, it's going to be close.
Oh,
he's gone.
I can't believe he's touched him. Oh, he saved him. Saved him. No, Adam's gone. Oh no, Adam's gone out. This is devastating for his championship. Scotty Pye's gone out as well. This is not what he wanted. Leading the championship, round 3. Oh, this is devastating for Adam Kamar. So he just needed to keep a cool head in this race and try and get some good points.
And look at this, Tabasco's he's worked his way right up now, and he's just taken Squid there for, I think that's P7.
Team Little Bear's putting the block on Max Gasson too. There's a big pile of cars. Oh, there's more contact. Scotty Pye on the back of somebody. And Tabasco just about had contact there with Scotty Pye. So this is, the fact that he's been able to come through this field cleanly is playing into his hands. The next one behind Scotty Pye up on the inside of, where are we? Oh, there's more contact. These guys are just oh no. I know Scotty will be desperately trying to keep that controller in check. And Tabasco is 1.3 seconds behind Max Gasset and closing in fast.
Max has got a run on Little Bear as well, coming down the Mistral Straight. Oh, you can just see how much confidence Tabasco has on
yeah, he's taking it.
Him.
Yeah, what a move. And he's going to fill Team Little Bear's mirrors in a second. He's got the right line there too. I might just jump on board with him just for this next lap and just watch him close in on Team Little Bear. Just show you how much pace this Lambo's got.
So Little Bear might want to be doing the team game here with Freshy. Skipped out by a few seconds. Little Bear will want to follow as much as possible.
Team Little Bear's putting the block on. He's put the squeeze on Tabasco. He's going to push him up against the pit wall. Tabasco's letting him go through. Oh, he just lost the rear end there too.
Falcon just having a look at gas coming into the... Oh, that's a
no!
Punch. He's just pulled it up.
Jeez, that was close. That's not what you want to do. Just...
There's more. Max's round has gone into the side. Tabasco's still on there. Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, that's bloody heart pumping stuff there, I'll tell you.
I'm not sure how many replay spots I might have left, mate. So.
For some reason I can't save replays. I did allocate a button, but it's not doing it for whatever reason.
Khaki on Squid coming down Mistral. Coming into Science. Oh, there's a double overtake. Squid was very tentative on the brakes there. He really backed out of that and he's lost 2 positions. Maybe could have held his line a bit more there. Made them work for it.
Yeah, it's a tight pack at the moment. Khaki, Stan House. We've got CK and Adam Kamara in there as well.
So Tabasco made a mistake somewhere because
Well, he must have done, mate.
Little Bear and Falcon are hustling him as Falcon
Oh, look at
lunge
that!
up the inside.
Jeez!
Bear tries to go back at him.
That was so close. This is very interesting how this is playing out. Black Falcon is, yeah, I don't think that Tabasco would have been expecting this. We've got a track temperature of 22 degrees, so a little bit cooler than the first race. So I'm just wondering if some of the guys might have maybe not adjusted their tyre pressures to suit, but yeah, wow, that's very interesting.
So some of these guys have come through the field very, very quickly.
Black Falcon's on a mission, mate, I reckon. He wants this. I can see he's just closing in.
He made the moves, and, you know, he got them done there. A little bit of slight contact, but I think he got driven into rather than him driving into the others. So, but, you know, I'm not the steward, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to be in the steward's room, especially after last week, and then now with this week. Those guys will certainly be earning their money, even though it's all voluntary, but it's absolutely jam-packed with files, I would say, mine included.
Shadow tried to go around the outside of Bear, but that was way too wide. Kaki's going to have a look. Not quite close enough. So Bear's actually putting up some stout defence here. It's not making it easy for anyone.
As Devon would say, mate, the cork in the bottle.
You can see the train of cars behind him.
I reckon he loves the pressure.
Soaking it up.
For someone that probably doesn't experience it that much, he's doing a pretty good job. Oh, no! White Shadow, he didn't need to do that. He spun around twice just about. He should have just waited and just held his... Nearly very close between Kaki and Stanhouse. We've got 19 minutes to go. Already we've been 10 minutes through this race and it is just full of incidents. So I reckon that there will be a lot of replays being saved. I reckon Chris in the Bentley there, mate, he's just made a little bit of a mistake, but he probably wants to get up behind Kaki, I reckon.
And so his teammate and best mate does right there with him, so
that's it.
They can work together here.
Stanhouse has got a little bit of a run.
Oh, he's closing fast.
Oh, he's starting in left and right, pulled out on the outside of turn 10. He's gone out, he's going to take it. I think it's definitely, yep. Geez, that Ferrari's got some legs. We saw that last week with Cameron Footner's Ferrari as well, just, you know, able to pull manoeuvres on people and make passes just like they were standing still. Very envious of that myself. But yeah, look, we both know, mate, that each track, you know, has its challenges for each car, and some cars are suited to the tracks and some cars aren't, so it just, that's the way it is. And Cameron's just put a comment on there too. We race for sheep stations in sprint rounds. Yeah, so we don't, but you would think we were. We're just having a conversation about that before the start of race 1.
Oh, there's more contact at the final corner. I think that was Adam Cameron Daz. I think the corner's really caught a lot of the drivers out. Just, yeah, it's very tight. The driver trying to get a run, it's taking too much speed in. Cars are obviously trying to make the exit of the corner because there's a pretty solid track limit penalty if you go too wide out there, and the cars are just coming together.
White Shadow's coming up on the inside of Adam Kammer. So
turn 3, yep.
Team rules are out the window here for championship points. It's interesting, mate, because you know, we saw the dominance of GRT in round 1 at Misano, and obviously they put in a good stint there at round 2, and we've got Tabasco that's essentially going to be catching up to Fresh Princes in P1 at the moment, doing a great job, but you know, Adam leading the championship before tonight's races is copping a massive whack for on-track performance, and I have no doubt she'll be sitting there right now in behind the steering wheel just kicking himself and just thinking, what should I have done differently for his own individual points. But this is going to have a big, he's gone wide there too, it's going to have a big impact on GRT's overall points, and I guess what it comes also down to the Pro-Am race and how that's going with GRT and VHR, which are the two top runners at the moment for the team championships, with the other teams very close behind on points. So, interesting, mate.
It certainly is. So Tabasco is now 2 seconds behind Freshie, so he's closing them down very quickly. Falcon's dropped back a little bit, but it's also closing on Freshie, so there's going to be some action between the top 3 places shortly.
Tarky's still cycling in behind Stanhouse in the P&L Ferrari. Dazza coming up in the P6, and you got Squid in P7. Well, Scotty Pye's actually just taken him, so Scotty Pye's on a mission in the Mitsubishi Racing Ferrari. Bits are missing in the Audi. The Audi hasn't been a popular choice of car in the last couple of seasons, I've noticed, mate. I know JJ Penguin in the early pieces will drive this as well as the AMG, but it was sort of like the go-to car for a few of the guys, but it's not a big sort of player in the races anymore, I've noticed.
No, and I think it might have been one of the cars that's got hit with a bit of a BOP at some stage, but it also is a tricky car to drive. I think even JJ would say that as well. It's a bit difficult to set up, and you kind of got to really feel on top of it. And you can see, Vic's doing his best to get as much out of it as he can so far. But like, it's a good car when it's going, but it can be a bit difficult to get hold of.
Yeah, sure. Just while that was happening, CK pulled on an outside pass at turn 10 on Adam Kammer, and it's about to pull a pass on Team Little Bear. Well, I think Team Little Bear's just let him go past, so that's all of the guys, just about. They may have some damage from that contact with White Shadow, possibly, but this certainly isn't helping Adam Kammer's campaign at the moment for championship points, but we've got 2 more rounds to go after this one, so he's still got an opportunity to stick it in there. I've just jumped on board with Fresh Prince, and we'll just have a look at T&Q as he closes in. Tabasco, he closes in on Fresh Prince in the P&L Porsche. It's interesting, you got 2 cars there, 2 manufacturers with rear engines, and there's a huge difference between the 2 in terms of top speed. Oh, he's having a look. Oh, and Tabasco's just gotten a little bit tail-endy there for a second. He's caught it, which is good, but this is the risk that he's got right now. He's just trying to... He doesn't need to do this. He's got Black Falcon, who's 3.3 seconds behind him at the moment. He definitely does not need to be making any mistakes. We've got 12 minutes to go, so there's still plenty of time to make a pass on Fresh Prince in the Porsche. Agree, Cameron. I love the sound of the Porsche as well, especially when Slambo and myself were racing the Porsche last season. So we had 9 rounds of listening to that thing, and it was just fantastic.
So I was watching Tabasco in practice, and that corner, turn 11, Doucet, where he had that moment, and that was the one corner he was really struggling through. You could really see that he was struggling with understeer on the entry, and then tried to correct for it, and then just would get the snap of oversteer that he would be trying to correct, and I think that's exactly what's happened there.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it, doesn't it? But this flows right back on Fresh Prince now, and I mean all he needs to do is just drag it down this back straight.
Yeah, just got a nice run here.
Fresh Prince just keeping an inside line, so he's been defensive here. Let's see who sticks it in. Oh, he's backed out. That's a good move by Fresh Prince, just to being very smart. He certainly knows that he doesn't have the pace like Tabasco, but probably wants to at least finish on the podium in the second race. So, and rightly so.
He's done well to hold the lead for the best part of 2/3 of the race. I'll tell you what is interesting. So Falcon has kind of drifted off on pace slightly again.
Yeah, he just went wide then.
I wonder if there's something that he's done with his tyre pressures, or maybe his setup is influencing his tyre wear in a certain place, because he seemed to has the pace in that first 10 minutes and then kind of slowly drops off a bit.
Yeah, well, we are down at 21 degrees for track temperature, so you know, if the guys that have practiced and been able to set their tyre pressures to suit the track temperature, probably doing well. But for someone that hasn't, you know, they might have still been set for 24 degrees, which it was in race 1. And that's, I mean, it's not a huge difference, but that's enough of a difference in tyre pressure to affect the performance and the way that this car takes corners. So absolutely could be that as well, mate, as a contributing factor.
Yep.
But what we do know is that, you know, with the amount of incidents that these guys have had here tonight, they are protected by the Tech Pro barriers surrounding the circuit, so that's a good thing.
Yep, there'll be no hospitalisations after tonight. Hopefully.
Team Little Bear's got to drive through. I would say that would definitely be track limits. I wouldn't say that was from pushing either. I reckon that's just from driving off track and letting people go past. That he's probably picked those up.
Yeah, it was a shame. He was kind of doing well there. He's a bit of a cork in the bottle, and then unfortunately probably got a bit unlucky with being hit coming into the last corner there, and that's really cycled him down the order.
Max Gassett was just trying to pull a manoeuvre on Adam Kammer, which he's still pushing it in. He's actually pulled it off, so that was very well set up. I will say that Adam's struggling at the moment with the amount of damage that it looks like he's got on all corners of that Ferrari for GRT that he's driving at the moment. So back down to P13, Adam will be cycle 2, but anyway, it's an interesting race from these guys. Scotty Pies 8 tenths behind Dazza in the Bentley. Haven't really got anything on. This is probably the closest battle at the moment by the looks of it. Oh no, we've got Kaki on Stanhouse, so we'll stick with these guys.
Stanhouse got not a great run out at turn 5. Kaki's got a really good run out of 6 and 7 here, so let's see. This is a Ferrari, the straight line speed. The AMG struggles.
Yeah, the AMG needs the toe, doesn't it?
Yep. Like you can see it's so difficult.
Yeah. Like he can't even pull up beside him.
So he's going to have to wait for a mistake here.
Yep. So would that be a case of just running a higher wing, mate, or is it just the fact that it doesn't have the top end speed?
Higher wing, running a higher wing. Maybe a medium to high downforce, whereas sort of like the Ferrari, you can really get away with a low downforce configuration around here.
Yep.
It has a lot of front downforce, and which I used to good effect in the last few seasons. But yeah, you can't get away with that in the AMG, unfortunately. Which was a difficult compromise to make, but always, as you can see, it's just a bit up on the curve there, Kaki, on the last turn, which is another thing that can really unsettle the car. Some of these high curves get a bit too much over them, still accelerating and bounce you around and chuck you across the track. So he's lost out about a second there.
Yeah, he sure has. So out of all the action from the start of race 2, we've got Tabasco up in P1, Fresh Prince in P2, so he's survived a lot of the battle and respectively going around in P2 behind Tabasco. But Black Falcon P3 in the Nissan GTR for BHR, so doing a really good job. He's been able to fight his way through the field, and Stan House and Kaki. So, at the end of the day, the cream always comes to the top, and that's exactly what's happened here today. And you can see the fans in the crowd, they're all jumping up and down for joy for these guys. It's some very good, clean racing. So it's been a really good night, afternoon of racing, and good spectacle of experience and what good looks like. Scotty Pie on Daz is probably closing in a little bit. Daz is probably thinking that if Scotty gets too close to him, he might get a bit nervous. I'm not sure, but it's hard to really pinpoint anyone tonight, Jamie, with regards to contact, because there's been a lot of it tonight.
Yes, some clumsy moves, and it's as we saw it in the progress last week. Best of intentions, trying to sort yourself out into turns 1, 2, and 3. But quickly, things can change very quickly, and if you're not alert to it, you can find yourself pinched or going into the side of someone. We even saw two cars head on in the Pro Division last week. So like the Pro again, hopefully some lessons to be learned, and everyone can sort of have a look and see how their driving was and pick up some tips and help on how to improve, and we can continue to improve these first laps in the races and also throughout the race as well.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm thinking that maybe in terms of tips or learnings, my personal opinion is that maybe scrap the sprint round with a reverse grid for the next season and just see what that does. It's from an action point of view, with the viewers, 100% good viewing, but from the racers' perspective, it like we've seen with Adam Kammer, we spoke about leading the championship before the start of these 2 races. Just on him now, but Adam's copped a big whack with his championship standing at the moment, with how that's all played out. So it's unfortunate, absolutely, and we saw that last week with Slambo as well, leading the championship, and then to be taken out the way that he was, just disappointing for him and for anyone else that was involved in that melee. Certainly changed some outcomes of people that were driving around, but anyway, it is what it is, and we'll see what I'm not sure what you would learn from it, Jamie, to be quite honest, because from what I've seen, it always seems to be the same thing. I won't say it's a red mist that we all see, because I don't believe that it is. I just think that it's a format that we're probably not used to that well, and there's some risks that are taken and that people wouldn't normally do. And I guess you think about the second race, with people are starting up the front that traditionally wouldn't be up the front, there's a lot of pressure there as well. So, that might come into it with regards to where they drive in lines and brake and steer and however that looks.
Yeah, 100%. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's difficult to do what we do into turn one with these cars on this type of simulation. So, sympathise with everyone trying to get it right.
Yeah. But so far, it has been action-packed. These two races. It's just on board with White Shadows. It's called a good move on Squid to pull up in a position 8. And doing well. I'll just go back up to Khaki, mate. He's 3/10 behind Stanhouse. So this is this is going to come into the last lap. Khaki will want to take this, and even Black Falcon on Fresh Prince.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to say. So again, just like last race, Falcon kind of dropped off and then kind of it came back into the battle, so to speak, and you can see he's all over the back of Freshy here.
He's going to try and get the drive down the main straight here. Yeah, that Porsche's got some torque to pull away like that. Bloody hell, that'd be frustrating for Black Falcon to see that. And then the Porsche under brakes again. And I'm just looking in the distance there. Kaki's still 6/10 behind Stanhouse. Yeah, a little bit untidy there by Black Falcon. I guess his only opportunity to get past Fresh Prince now is on the back straight. Needed a good exit.
Traction out of here, yeah. That looked tidy from Fresh Prince though, so I think he's done everything he possibly can there. Now he'll just be holding on with a big green Nissan slowly getting closer in his mirrors, and you can see it's closing in.
Yeah. Come on, Falcon. Just reading Cameron's comment.
Well, Freshy's gone defensive, but Falcon's taken more of an optimum line.
Stick it in there, mate. You'll be right. The fact that he wants to pass, but he's still being very gentlemanlike in terms of racing etiquette with Fresh Prince. So that's a really good characteristic to see. Oh, Scotty Pye's got to drive through.
No.
Tabasco coming across the start-finish line. It's come from rear of field to finish in position 1. What a great drive from him. Well done. Fresh Prince and Black Falcon in P2 and 3. So well done to those guys.
Khaki and Stanhouse close over the line.
Oh, Kaki's definitely close, but no cigar. Dazza, P6. Scotty Pye with a 30-second drive through. White Shadow, respectful finish position of 8 with the Squid in 9. Bits missing in P10, followed by CK in 11. Max coming around on the last corner there in P12. And you got to feel for this man, mate. Adam Kammer, P13. Hopefully next round at Kyalami, he will certainly be able to pull some points back. Tuddy and Team Little Bear fighting for position. Looks like Tuddy might have just was very close there for a second, but Tuddy come around in P14 and Team Little Bear in 15. And something must have happened to Inti because he's down in 16th. So
I think he got caught up at the start and zipped straight to the pits, if I recall correctly. So,
Okay.
Yeah, a bit of an unhappy race.
So he was testing out the Tech Pro barriers, do you think?
Quite possibly.
Okay. Well, we might get some feedback off Paul later on, just to see how the impact of that was. Hopefully it was comfortable. So that's our finishing order. So congratulations to those guys on the podium: Tabasco, Fresh Prince, and Black Falcon. So race 1, was that between Karki and Stanhouse? No, that was Black Falcon took Stanhouse, wasn't it, on that last?
He did, yes.
Yep. So it would be fair to say that Tabasco, Black Falcon, and Stanhouse were probably overall finishing positions for the combined 2 races, but we'll wait for that to be confirmed. But yeah, great effort from these guys tonight. Well done to you too, Jamie. That was a good call for the 2 races, mate. That was thanks HSV. Thanks, mate. Just fantastic that you're on board with us every fortnight. Really appreciate that, and thanks for the tech support as well. So it's nice that we can have that, so that at least we can come through to you guys nice and clear. Was there anything that we missed tonight, mate, that we needed to talk about?
There was so much going on. I think one thing we forgot to do was shout out the sponsors, so a bit late, but for anyone still tuning in, don't forget to support our sponsors, Pagni and Next Level, Ignition Controls, Selby Acoustics and the Gamesman. Anyone who still fires up Gran Turismo Sport, GTS Sport, there's a livery competition going on for Rooz members, so duck onto the forum to have a gander at what's going on there. And new Twitter account, so go find us on Twitter at RaceOnOz, and we probably locked out all the socials then.
Well, I hope so, and I hope that we get a good spread of what we do here, especially with even from a commentating point of view. It's hopefully it just brings that next level of excitement to the race. We are all still quite newish at doing this stuff, and we definitely are not professionals, and we do this in our own time. So definitely, if there's any feedback that you feel that we could do differently, send it through Discord. Absolutely, even if it's a private message, we will certainly implement any change that you feel that would benefit the stream. Thank you to those guys there. But just a last one too, mate. With the merchandise, is Sportility merch gear coming through soon with something that Stu's been running with for a couple of years now. I know we kicked it off in 2019, and then unfortunately COVID came in and sort of put a bit of a halt to all of that. But there's been a lot of work going in the background there with Stu, working with the merch people to put some really good designs together. Obviously, Stu consulted with a lot of the Rooz guys to get some designs and some ideas on designs. And if you haven't seen the merchandise that's currently there at the moment, have a look. Reach out to Stu as well. There's some really cool stuff there. And what it does as well, it helps promote Race on Oz. It puts that signature out there of what we are and what we do, and it also helps support the sponsor and Race on Oz. So definitely jump on board with those guys. Alrighty, Jamie, thank you so much again for tonight, mate. We've got Kyalami next week in the Pro League race, so that's a normal format. So 2 mandatory pit stops, 1 hour race with formation lap. Definitely looking forward to that myself personally, just to try and recoup some of my points I lost last week, and have been flat out practicing. Just for those guys that don't know, I do work from home most times, and my morning breaks, my lunchtime breaks, and my afternoon smoko breaks, it looks like me sitting in the cockpit of my rig and practicing. So I'm very keen, very, very keen to be back up towards the pointy end of the racing. So after last week, I was very, very disappointed. But yeah, let's good luck to everyone next week. Should be great. Looking forward to it. Good luck to the Pro-Am guys tonight that would have raced, and with the commentators Nick and Nige that do an excellent job every week that they get on. And yeah, good luck to yourself too, mate, for next week, and certainly look forward to looking at the rear end of your car as we go around Kyalami.
Thanks, mate, and good luck to you as well.
No dramas at all. All right, thanks, Dreamers. Thank you for jumping on. Only got 5 likes tonight, so unfortunately the old Singy ad's going to stay in the back pocket for now. Might try, and if we get up there, see if I can. I'll bring it out then. But yeah, awesome. Thank you and good night.